Hey everyone, it's Terry Vanover with Choosing to Rise, and I'm popping in this Wednesday afternoon as I do every week, and we talk about topics on how to survive divorce and get through it, and I teach you how to heal and feel even better than you did when you were married, right? So I can help you through this difficult time, help you legally, financially, emotionally, but mostly I'm going to help you transition into that next phase of your life so you can feel confident and do all the things that you want to do in this next chapter. So every Wednesday we talk about a topic, and we are talking about the holidays. As you can see, I've got my lovely Christmas tree up. It's tinkling behind me. And we're talking about, the stress and the anxiety. And I know listen, here's the thing too. The holidays is actually the number one time when couples divorce. They actually decide during the holidays to divorce, and they file in January. January is the highest filing date for divorce. It is so stressful being around family that may not bring out the best in you. The added financial burdens that come along with the holidays, so it can be a really miserable time for people. And if you're contemplating divorce or you're going through divorce, you may really even struggle even more, especially with these expectations of joy and all that stuff. So, it's really important that you take care of yourself during this time. One of the things that I find is people who are struggling during this time, they have depression, anxiety, chronic illnesses, and things, and this kind of stuff. Not only does stress just make you unhappy, but really it affects you physically as well. Your chances of having a heart attack increase, and um, it leads to higher states of loneliness and depression. So it can be a really, really devastating time. So how do you do it? How do you survive the holidays? How do you get through this, right? So the first thing you do is you need to get support, and you need to hire someone that specializes in this. So it doesn't have to be me, but hiring a divorce specialist is really, really important, because you need someone that understands the complexity of the grieving process that you're going through, that understands the logistics of navigating this process, that understands how to communicate more effectively with your ex, how to communicate the news to your children and to your loved ones, how to deal with family pressure, and how to deal with the specific stress that comes along with going through this difficult time with divorce. So it's really important that you hire the right professional going through this. And I've helped so many of my clients save time, save money, and save additional heartache, because there's nothing worse than like coming through it and realizing, oh my gosh, I should have done this, I should have done that, I wish I hadn't done this, or I wish I had done that. So that's my job, is to help you get through this time and make sure that you're making the best decisions in the worst time of your life. So the second thing that I want you to do so that you can survive the holidays, I want you to practice extreme self-care. Okay? And what do I mean by this? I mean, you need to just practice the word no. No is a complete sentence. And for many women, particularly you people pleasers, that is very difficult. You find the need to make everyone else happy but yourself. So if that's you, we need to talk, because you need to be practicing extreme self-care during this time. It is important that you get the right sleep and you eat well, and that you're working out and you're meditating, you're doing your yoga, you're doing all those things that keep you grounded and keep you centered and keep you fit and healthy during this time. You don't have to take care of anyone else. You have to take care of you. Even if you're a mother, your first priority is taking care of yourself, because if you don't take care of mom, who will, right? Who will take care of those kids if mom can't take care of herself? So it is by far, you have to take care of you. The next thing I want to talk about is, what is stress? Reframing stress. And, I'm human. I deal with stress all the time. But how I look at stress and how I relate to stress is very different. So I'm constantly asking myself, becoming very curious about a situation, rather than becoming very attached to the emotions of that situation. So that would be my next advice, is to get curious about stress, right? Because stress is self-made. And how are you relating to those around you? And how are you relating to the situation that you're in that is causing you stress? That you're really the one that's making you stressed. And so if you reframe how you're relating to the situation, it can really, really just change your world. It can really, really shift how you see things. I had a client who really saw her mother in a very, very specific way, and she felt unloved and unvalued, and she had carried this burden around for 40 years, and her mother had died long ago, and yet she had carried this burden of how she felt her mother felt about her. And by working with me, she was able to reframe how her mother felt about her and think about her, and see things in a completely new light. Maybe it wasn't that her mother didn't love her, maybe her mother was protecting her. And boy, that shift, Marianne Williamson calls that a miracle, is a shift in your perspective. And so her being able to see her mother in a new light has helped her lift this burden in her heart that she had been carrying for 4 years against her mother. So if you can shift the way you're relating to a situation or relating to a person and see things in a different way, boy, I tell you, it will really change the dynamics. I was teaching a class, and it was a very needy class. And, I knew that I was causing myself stress. Every time I, got the notification for an email, I would, and I realized I need to get curious about this. I need to look at how I'm looking at this. And what I realized, it wasn't about me. It wasn't about what was going on. It was about the ambiguity of this specific assignment that they had. And once I understood where their distress was coming from, it allowed me not to feel stressed about it. And I could solve the problem. Rather than viewing this as a stressful situation, I could say, hey, I can solve this problem. And so relating how you're viewing the stress, or seeing someone in a new light, it can really be a miracle, right? So, you know, those are my tips, right? Extreme self-care, hire a divorce strategist, and reframing how you're viewing the stress or how you're relating to the stress or the person can really change your mindset this holiday season. So I'm here to help you. I've been there, I've been through it. Within a few short months, I lost my home, my marriage, my health, my mother, and all my financial credit within a few short months of being separated. So talk about stress. And it was during the holidays, it was during December. So becoming homeless and trying to find a home, in Christmas time was pretty overwhelming, and it was pretty stressful. So I know a lot about stress and how to manage it. So within a few short months, I had lost everything in my life. So I know how devastating and overwhelming this time can be. And I made a lot of mistakes. And when I came through this, I decided I wanted to help other people not make the mistakes that I made. I want you to be able to look back at yourself, at your divorce, and say, I did everything that I wished, and I don't have any regrets. I came through this the best that I could, despite a really horrendous circumstance. I did my best. And that is my goal for my clients, is to make sure that you look back and you can be proud of the person you were in this time in your life, in the darkest time in your life. So I'm Terry Vanover. I'm here to help you. So if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling anxious, reach out to me, just send me a PM, and I'm happy to hop on a phone call with you, and I'm going to share my strategy for helping you get through this time the best that you can right now. All right, it's great to see you, and I will not be seeing you next week because it is Christmas next Wednesday. So I'll be popping in from another state and saying hello, and seeing how everyone's doing. I'd love to hear what your holiday plans are. So keep in touch. Message me if you need anything. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.